What's up, everybody? It's MrmoviesXkicks, and as you can see, it's going to be a jamful review. The review of NBA Jam Arcade 1-Up Edition is coming up right after this. Jam. 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 So it finally came, thank God. Now, I have been waiting for this NBA Jam Arcade 1-Up for over a month now. I ordered from Walmart early part of June, and it was such a high demand for this game that my order actually got canceled. And I was mad because I was waiting for the day that I got it, and I was like, what's going on? Like, it wasn't delivered or anything of that nature. And I called them, and they said the order got canceled because they pre-ordered too many. So I'm like, how are you gonna pre-order? I pre-ordered it, and how are you gonna basically, sell all the ones that I pre-ordered? You shouldn't let me pre-order it if you didn't have the ones to, fulfill the order. So that's what I was thinking to myself, like any rational other person. And so I was upset because I'm like, well, they said you have to reorder and wait a whole nother month. I'm like, I have to wait another month to get this. I'm like, after I just pre-ordered it, and so what they did was they gave me a discount. So they gave me 20% off, so it was like $80. So I got this for like $347, which usually goes for $400. There's two packages. There's a $400 and a $500 one. The $500 one comes with like more light ups, if I'm not mistaken, like kind of like a different light up to the dash, and it comes with a stool. I really didn't need all that, so I was like, let me just get this plain one. And so to get $80 off that was a deal, even though I had to wait an additional month. But getting it was worth the wait. Now, I'm a huge fan of NBA Jam. I actually grew up with the game, kind of like a lot of you did. The original NBA Jam came out in 1993. A lot of us remember it from the Super Nintendo. And now, as you can see, this NBA Jam comes with two additional games. It comes with NBA Jam Tournament Edition and NBA Jam Hang Time. I wasn't too familiar with the Hang Time. I did play it as a kid, but I didn't remember it. Now, NBA Jam Tournament came out in '94 for Super Nintendo, and then Hang Time came out later on, like almost in '96, like for the Super Nintendo, PlayStation, and as well. And so you can kind of see the differences between the two, between the three games. Like the NBA Jam is more of the old, authentic, original things that we have, grown to love. The catchphrases, the boom shakalaka, and the kind of all kind of graphics. And NBA Jam Tournament has a little bit more of the same of the first one. It's just a kind of different, more adding of more of the kind of bigger characters and bigger names from NBA. Now, a lot of these characters that you may love and they were in the original aren't, like, such as like, Reggie Miller, and of course Michael Jordan's not on here. There are a lot of characters that they couldn't get the rights for to be in this original game. So, but the good thing that I do love about this Arcade 1-Up compared to the other ones is that this one comes with a built-in Wi-Fi, so you can actually play online. And like, I haven't set it up yet, but you can play people online as well. Like, that's so far. And also it updates. So let's say if they do get the copyrights for all those other players that eventually do want to do the game or be in the game, they can update you, and then you can actually get those players once they update it. So I think that's just kind of so innovative and kind of neat that they could have that, that foresight to be like, maybe these characters want to get added in once we get their rights for them. And the thing that I like about this most is that, showing this to like my nephew. Like, my nephew is only 8 years old, and he didn't know anything about any of the Arcade 1-Ups. Like, I got him playing Turtles, was right next to me, and I got him playing NBA Jam. We've been playing it. He's over here for another day, and so we've been playing it. And we've been going back through talking trash. So I'm about to give you guys a couple more detailed look at this game, at the console and at the different games. Like I said, the NBA Jam Tournament, and the NBA Jam Hang Time. You can kind of see the differences between once the game goes on. Like NBA Jam Hang Time, You can kind of see more of a better, crisper graphics. Kind of from actually was getting, or obviously it was came out in '96, so the graphics gonna be a lot better than '93. But you could just tell, like you can see their faces in the hang time. The game is more fluid, it's more crisper, it's more clear. But you could see that as we go on. So I'm gonna give you guys a little look into it, and then we're gonna talk about kind of like the overall message and kind of what I think about after. So this is my nephew. Who you gonna pick, Grayson? See, as you can see, this is one of the people who didn't get copyright, so that's why they have two of the same people instead of the other character that was usually would have been in the game, the original. This is NBA Jam. This is the original. Just that original like gameplay, with the cup plan, and I love how you can play 4 players with this game as well, just like with the Ninja Turtles. But that old school game with Spudwood, look at that jam, and also you can catch on fire like from the original as well. Just such a fluid game, and just kind of brings back so many memories as a kid. Like, this is the first game my dad actually played with. My dad doesn't play video games at all. This is the only video game he ever played with me. Okay, now let's go to NBA Jam tournament. So as you can see with the NBA Jam tournament, it's pretty much the same kind of setup as the original. Just you can add more players, kind of like with Scottie Pippen and BJ Armstrong. And the thing I also like about this one is you can switch more of the characters as well on the game on this one. Like you can actually change through the characters instead of just picking the 2. You can actually pick like 3 or 4 different characters. Now, as you can see, most of the graphics and things are still the same as far as the original. This is kind of like I said, it was only about 2 years later, so not too much of the graphics actually changed as far as the actual gameplay and obviously the graphics. But the game is still fun as ever. Just the fluidity of the game, and just look at that, dunk it, dunk it, dunk it! Oh. Shut it. Now, as we start hang time, like you can start seeing the graphics are a little better because this is in '96. So you'll be able to see once the game starts, like the differences between NBA Jam tournament, and this. See, that's how you can switch some of the players. Unlike the original where you couldn't actually change the players, you can only pick like 2 people per team. So this one you can actually switch them out. Like I said, Curry, Longley, Rodman, so. And you can just tell kind of how the gameplay is just so different. Like it's such more clear than the original. You can actually like make out and see their faces almost. Look at Longley. Look at. Also, like the dunks are a lot more creative. You can do alley hoops in this game a lot better. Oh, Longley. But also, the thing that I loved about this game was that like players like Longley would never dunk and do crazy spins and stuff like this.
Did you just see him miss?
I saw him miss it. Oh! And that's the thing I love about these games. You be shooting stuff from half court. Like my nephew kept getting lucky because he kept just shooting stuff up from half court and everything. So as you guys can see, I love this original NBA Jam vibe and feel. Excuse my dog. I guess she just want to get in here and want some attention. But this original NBA Jam is just so dope. Like, first I wasn't feeling that they added like this other NBA Jam Tournament Edition and NBA Jam Hang Time. I just love the original NBA Jam. Like I said, I was that original kid back in 1993 playing this game on Super Nintendo. Like, that's how far I go back with this. So to get the original game and then 2 additional other games as well kind of brought it out. Like, I love that aspect of this game. First I wasn't feeling it, but I loved it, especially after I played the game and really got deep involved with it. I'm like, man, this is and it's actually kind of harder to control because it's harder to control and do because if you remember from back in the day, you just had the Super Nintendo. So like these ones, you have 3 different renditions. You have 3 different buttons. You have a turbo to shoot, to block, and steal. it's just so different to kind of have to keep going back and forth, and you're just so used to doing on the Axe controller. So I mean, even though NBA Jam also was the original arcade in the arcades back in the day when we did have arcades, this was in the arcade as well. But everyone pretty much played on the Super Nintendo back home at their houses. So, but it wasn't like I've never played this on an arcade version. But it's just weird to play it, 24/7 or anytime you get on here instead of just hyping up the Super Nintendo like you used to back in the day. But I love this actually rendition. I love the NBA. I love the NBA Jam. I love the Arcade1ups. I love how they can just take and make this such a mini version for the house instead of this big old arcade a little bit, just so it can fit in the house. As you can see, I have my Turtles right next to it and my NBA Jam. I'm kind of getting like a little full arcade. I think I do want to get Mortal Kombat next if that's still available, or if I kind of want to get it. It is kind of a B putting these together. I'm not gonna lie. It's not extremely hard, but it is very time consuming. It takes about 4 hours, even though instructions are easy. Sometimes you kind of get a little confused on. I tell you, like the hardest part to me was getting this to go in this part, and then like it's simple, but it's difficult at the same time. It's like one of the things you kind of have to do, like to figure out. Once you get it done, you be like, dang, like it's just very time consuming. But once you get done with it, you just like, yes, thank God, I don't have to unplug it or undo this again. But I do love the NBA Jam, and also like I said, adding additional availability to play online, play other people. That brings a whole different element to this game, even though I'm not good enough to play anybody online. But just to give that element of it, that you have that option, that is just a dope touch I love about this. And the dope thing I really love about this is that NBA Jam, it lights up. Unlike the NBA Jam, unlike the Turtles, does not light up. But I just find this so unique, and it's like I have both my childhood games. I have Team Ninja Turtles and I have NBA Jam at my house. So I do love this. So with that said, guys, if you guys love movie reviews, TV show reviews, video game reviews, and sneak reviews, think about subscribing to the channel. Also give me a like if you like what you saw, and drop those comments. What do you guys think of this Arcade1up NBA Jam? Would you love to have it for your house? I know you would. So, and also, do you remember NBA Jam as a child? I know I have some young kids with me, and I have a lot of older adults. So, drop comments, let me know who was your favorite squad back in the day that you played with. Also, like, what was your favorite game? NBA Jam, NBA Jam Tournament, or NBA Jam Hang Time? As always, guys, MrMoviesXkicks is out, and I will holler at you guys later.